Welcome everybody to this live stream. My name is Amista Bennett, and we're going to do a little bit of Reiki tonight, and then we're also going to do some tarot reading a little bit after that. And, this is just a fun time. It's a time for me to catch up with some regulars and also to meet some new people. So, this is kind of a laid back, chill type of setting for some tarot reading and just general communication. Right now, what I'm doing is I am clearing the tarot deck so that that will be ready for me whenever I'm ready to move into the tarot segment of this live stream. And then I will clear the Lenormand deck. After that, we will do 5 minutes of Reiki. Then we'll do the first tarot spread, which is going to be what's our best manifestation advice over the next 24 hours. After that, we'll get into reading for people who are in the room. So, just getting set up and ready right now. I like to give people a little bit of time to get into the room, especially since I never really schedule these things. It's nice to give people time to recognize, oh, there's a live happening. So that everybody can come in and participate as much as they want to. Sunday night, I'm sure everybody's mellowing out, getting ready for the new week. I know I'm mellowing out. I've decided I'm going to take a day off tomorrow. It's my first day off I've taken in, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks probably. It's time. It's time to chill for a minute. All right, so we have our decks cleared. I'm going to go ahead and start the Reiki. I am going to do Reiki for highest and best good of all who view the Reiki, whether you're here live or whether you come in later. If you have something more specific that you would like the Reiki to focus on, you can set that intention for yourself, or I guess I should say adjust that intention for yourself. What else do you need to know? What else do you need to know? I don't know. I can't think of anything else. So let me finish getting my rings off here and we will start the Reiki. I'll leave one on. All right, so let's get going. All right, so we're going to be doing Reiki for about 5 more minutes. This Reiki is set for whatever's for your highest and best good. People who are more sensitive spiritually can often feel where the energy is moving in them. If you have something more specific you would like the Reiki to focus on, feel free to adjust that intention for yourself. And if you don't know what Reiki is good for, let me know and I will give you some ideas what you can use it for. Devyani, hello. We're still doing Reiki right now, my friend. We'll do that for about 3 more minutes, 2.5 actually. And then we'll slide into some tarot after that. One more minute and 15 seconds, something like that. Fifteen more seconds. Alicia, hello, hello. You came in while we're doing Reiki. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. All right, let's wrap up the Reiki. Oh man, gotta tell you, that felt good even to me. I was soaking it up too that time. How are you ladies doing today? Working on a project. It's good to have your mind around something, that's for sure. Uh-oh, and redoing it. Oops. Glad to hear that you're good, Devanya. ×4. Oh, Lord. Mercury's not even in retrograde right now. Oh, but Mars is. That's why. Mars has to do with that work. Rethinking, redoing, reconsidering, re-strategizing, going back to the drawing board, all the re stuff. Oh, man. Mars wants it perfect. Is that Mars or is that you? Remind me what sign you are, Alicia. All right, so we're going to pull cards for best manifestation advice over the next 24 hours. Be thinking about what you want to manifest. Gemini. Oh, yeah. I can see you redoing and reworking and rethinking and coming up with better ideas as you go. Easily, please. Easily peasily. All right, let's see here. Best manifestation advice over the next 24 hours. What do we want to manifest over the next 24 hours? Boopity doo doo. I don't know what to make of these cards just yet. That's why I'm being really quiet, guys. All right, well, can I please have sunshine and butterflies? Just once today. Sunshine and butterflies. Okay. All right, so here's the thing. What are we manifesting? I think what we're manifesting here is a righteous anger. Okay. So let's start at the start. We've got the King of Cups coming up in reverse. King of Cups in reverse is somebody who is angry, but not in a way where we're like throwing plates across the dining room or anything kind of angry, not like loud and angry, not I am lying, hear me roar type of angry, but more that quiet type of angry that for me, that's more kind of the I mean business kind of angry when it comes in, it's really quiet. This person says what they need to say. They mean business when they talk. It's kind of like that old commercial. Some of you may not remember it, but when I was a little girl, there was a commercial about E.F. Hutton, which I think was like a financial company. I don't even know. But um, they always basically said something to the point of when E.F. Hutton talks, and then the whole room would hush down. People listen. That's what this is like with my King of Cups in reverse. He's not loudly angry, but people notice that he's angry, and it doesn't have to be a he, it can be a she, and they start scrambling. So this is that kind of anger, that anger that means business. This is I am so angry I can't even be loud. We better just clean up our shit type of angry. Okay? Hello there, divine timing. Welcome, welcome. We're doing our manifestation spread so far. All right, second card. Seven of Swords coming up in reverse. Well, why are we so ticked off in our quiet way? Well, we're so ticked off because somebody tried to steal something from us. They tried to create some illusion. They tried to lie. They tried to masquerade something. They thought they were getting away with it. They were not. We knew exactly what was going on the whole time. They just thought they were getting away with it. Okay? When they come up in reverse, now they're coming back. They're coming back and they're trying to fix stuff, but they're not wanting to admit what they did wrong in the process. They're just trying to act like, their halo is still intact. Let me fix what I made wrong, but let me not admit that I did something wrong because this person here is foolish and they have no idea. They're an idiot. Okay? Now, High Priestess in reverse right after them. Right after them trying to sneak back in the side door, this High Priestess in reverse says that they are taken by surprise by the fact that we know what's up and we're pissed. P.O.'d pissed. Okay. So, interesting. Interesting. So if this is our manifestation for the next 24 hours, I could see how this would easily be saying, go to that peaceful protest out at the state capitol. That could be our manifestation right there, expressing our anger in a peaceful way about people trying to take advantage of us and them being shocked and surprised that we have something to say about it. What on earth? Why do I have an orb flying in front of my face that fast? That's what we have. I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I am missing the days of doing readings that might have a little bit of sunshine and butterflies in them. I am missing the days. You have no idea. I just did the newsletter for my people today. Guys, I could almost not make it through. Like all of this seems to be affecting everybody, every single sign. I did Sagittarius and I was really pushing it to do Sagittarius. And then I was like, for Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces, I almost just put, just see your video. I cannot write anything else. Just go to YouTube and look at your weekly video because I cannot write a weekly prediction in this newsletter. I'm toast. Right? Right? So I pulled cards to see if I should go to sleep once I got done writing the newsletter. They said I should do a live. So I figure that's probably because I'm going to be coasting on y'all's energy tonight. Yep. Yep. Do you want guidance for any particular thing during the week, or do you want to leave it wide open, Divine? It's very quiet. The Reiki was very quiet today, but it was powerful. There was a lot going out. Excuse me. I was soaking up some of it actually too, but there was a lot going out. And you know that Reiki is not limited by time or space, so you can definitely get some good juice out of it by going back and re-listening or listening. Re-listening works too, actually. What you need to hear most? Okay. All right, so we're gonna do just a general message for you, a message from Spirit like normal. Remind me of your name again, Divine Timing. First name, please. All right. Oh, yeah, that's right, because you changed your name. Duh. Okay, well, sorry to tell you that that's the way I am with names, so we might have to do that a few more times. I used to joke around with people that, like, if I meet them 4 times, and if after the 4th time, if the 5th time I meet them, I don't remember their names, then they can hit me over the head with a 2x4. But until then, you should not expect it. I'm not sure if I've gotten better or worse lately. All right, so let's see what we have here. Message for Rhoda. Isn't that something? They say that empaths a lot of times have really rough childhoods, and I know a lot of empaths that have trouble with names and stuff, names and faces. And then I knew that. I knew that empaths usually had really rough childhoods, and that's why they were empaths. And then I found out that people have trouble with names and faces and like that type of memory type stuff because of PTSD. So if your childhood was so rough that you had PTSD, it would make sense that names would be difficult. Rhoda, that's funny. I love that because you know what? I've gotten to where I let people know, like, it's not personal. I'm not because I had this situation, like, I knew that I didn't remember people's names and stuff, right? And then I had this situation where this lady came up to me in the post office about a year ago, maybe even a little more now, and I was standing at the counter doing what I needed to do, waiting for the postman to do whatever they needed to do, and this lady comes up to me and she just taps me on the shoulder, and so she's really close to me, like, her face is, like, right next to my head, and she goes, "Hi, beautiful lady." And she was so excited to see me, I could see it all over her face. And I was just about to shit myself, guys, because I did not remember her at all. Like, I knew her from the store. I didn't know if she was another practitioner, like a reader or a healer, or if she was a client. I had no idea. And, so I'm kinda trying to fake it until she gives me a clue, right? And so I'm being nice, being civil. And then finally, it was like she just basically had me backed into a corner, and so finally I had to say to her, I said, I'm really embarrassed to say this, but I don't know. I don't remember. Have I read for you, or are you one of the other readers at the store?" And her face just, like, fell, like, I could just tell I had just, like, devastated her heart. I mean, it was just all over her face. I felt so terrible, and, she told me I had read for her, like, 4 times. I don't think I did. I think maybe I pulled a card for her 4 times. I don't think we had full-on readings. But anyway, she really remembered me. So after that, I started just telling people, "Look, I'm terrible with names and faces. I might even forget your name while I'm talking to you right now here in the store because it's not personal, it's just the way my brain is." So anyway, I think that's wild that you're like that too, guys, Rhoda and Alicia. And I can remember life stories. If I don't remember your name or your face, but you start telling me, your life story, what I know about it, guess what happens? All of a sudden, I remember that conversation, and I will swear up and down, like, if somebody's standing in front of me with blonde hair telling me their life story and I recognize that story, I remember the conversation, I swear to you, I will be thinking in my head, if she's blonde, I'll be thinking, "Wow, I thought she had red hair." Or I thought she had brown hair, or I remember her being a lot shorter than this. Alright, so anyway, Rhoda, a message from spirit, let's focus. Let's focus for a minute, shall we? Rhoda. Everybody else be on the lookout for a piggyback message. Okay. So Rhoda, you're gonna be dealing with, or you've got somebody in your sphere of influence, or you have dealt with somebody in your sphere of influence who normally is very chipper and happy and positive and outgoing and likes to have other people laughing. But when you're dealing with them, they have some kind of problem they don't know what to do with. The problem they don't know what to do with is they really don't know how to set boundaries. And so they've got people kind of walking all over them. Oh my goodness. No, that's funny because it's not funny. 'Cause I feel sorry for the person, but I know somebody like this, that they are a king of wands, but they don't know how to set boundaries, and it's interesting because you would think a king of wands, they're natural leadership material, they would know how to set boundaries, not so much, and then people walk all over them, and then they're not in a good mood anymore, they just wanna be by themselves. So, that's interesting. I know somebody like this too, Rhoda. Maybe it's you then. Maybe that's who's in your sphere of influence. Is that actually Rhoda? Spirit's saying no, but it could be. But that's not who they're talking about right now. All right, best advice for you whenever it comes to this, best advice or heads up. Oh, this is interesting. This is really interesting, and I think this is gonna help you if you can relate to this person, which it sounds like you can, because your center card for your advice talks about overthinking and second guessing. So when this person is having a hard time setting boundaries and then they become grumpy or hermitish, that may have you overthinking or second guessing, like, "Did I do something wrong? What's going on?" Very similar to the energy that we were just talking about, like, "It's not personal, I just don't remember you. I feel like there's nothing going on here that's personal. I feel like this person is just going through their own things," but it has you second guessing and yeah, and double thinking, and being kind of obsessive about it here with the devil. Alright? But our first card that comes up actually is the Nine of Cups. This talks about finding satisfaction, alright? Um, I think that basically what Spirit's trying to say is when you're interacting with this person that is kind of in shutdown mode because they have a problem setting boundaries, and so then at some point, the whole wall comes down. There's no boundary. There's just a whole 8-foot stone wall. Um This is kind of ironic. This is Spirit's sense of humor saying that you find satisfaction then in second guessing everything about that situation to the point that you're even obsessing about it. So basically, I think Spirit is asking you to be aware of what this is doing to your thought processes and the idea that you recognize this behavior yourself in yourself. I think Spirit definitely wants to kind of point that out and be like, you know what? Cut this other person some slack, you know exactly what they're going through. Excellent. And this is second guessing, particularly about our situation with the person who's like, they're shutting down, they're being quiet. That King of Clubs in reverse, he's going into like the opposite of his normal personality, his or hers, but not so sunshiny, not so optimistic, not really trying to reach out to people and make them happy. Because he hasn't set enough boundaries, and now he's overextended himself, and now he's in shutdown mode because he has 0 energy left to give. So that is the particular thing that they don't want you obsessing about. Hello there, Gracie, Gracie. Thank you for the thumbs ups reminder, I appreciate that. Well, I am so glad you are here tonight. You are quite welcome, my friend. Gracie, do you have a question for me tonight, or do you want a message from Spirit? Alicia is up next with a message from Spirit. Let me take a sip here. The throat's getting dry. My timer says 28 minutes and 41 seconds. Message for Gracie. Okay, let me put you on the list. Alicia, you're next. Okay, Gracie, you're in the batter's box. Jaden. Hello, hello. These readings I don't charge for. If you want a private reading, then you can certainly schedule one with me, and you can do that at my website, which is in the description box below, but it's basically my name.info. So let's see. Would you like a message here in the live? What I allow people to do is ask either one question, or I can look and see what Spirit wants to talk to them about, and we call that a message from Spirit. So if you have a question, stick it in the chat. If you want a message from Spirit, just say message from Spirit and put that in the chat. Either way, it's all good. Beepity dee, beepity dee. Alicia. Here we go, baby. Message from Spirit. Okay, so you guys remember, I don't set the topic on the messages from Spirit. I let Spirit set the topic. I also don't set the time frame. Spirit figures out. whether they want to talk about something from the past, the present, or the future. If this is the future, it can happen up to within the next 2 weeks. Usually people tell me it happens within the next 2 days. Alicia. Everybody else be on the lookout for a piggyback message. Okay, so Alicia, you've got something going on here with the King of Cups, and I'm going to tell you my first impression is that this is you, even though it's showing up as a male court card. But this is somebody who's very comfortable with their emotions, comfortable expressing them, not really doing a lot of repression and that type of stuff. And with the Seven of Swords coming up, I kind of feel like this is picking up the pieces. So you may be picking up the pieces from something emotionally. Well, how about if I show you the cards, the front side? You may be picking up the pieces from something emotionally with that card coming in. Throat's getting dry. All right, best advice or heads up around this idea of picking up the pieces? Oh. Ooh. Look at you. Look at you. I think you've broke up with somebody. Or if you haven't broke up with them, I think mentally and emotionally you have. We've got the Ten of Swords here. This talks about bringing an end to some kind of long-term source of tension or debate. Okay. Five of Clubs says, you know what? I've got a lot of distractions around me. There's a lot of flying monkeys trying to tell me I should not bring this to an end, but I'm very focused on doing what's best for my own mental and emotional health. Eight of Swords says I'm breaking away from second guessing about this thing and I'm just doing the darn thing. Thank you very much. It's Nike's card. Just do it, man, when it comes up in reverse. Hope that makes sense for you, Ms. Alicia. All right, so we've got Rhoda and Alicia taken care of. Gracie, you're up next. Jaden, you haven't told me what you want me to read on for you, honey bunny. Oh, it's about a friend. Gotcha. That makes so much sense. Oh my goodness. What sign did you say you are? Did you tell me you're a Gemini? Yes, you did. Trying to think. There was a sign this week that talked about, not the newsletter I just did, but wait a second. I think that might have been one of my videos that's coming up for next week. Hang on a second. I have to look at something. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah. Oh, it wasn't Gemini. It was Virgo. My title on the Virgo video for the week starting the 24th of February is Letting Go of a Shady Friendship. Is Virgo your rising? Really? You're waiting patiently? That's what it takes in my room, honey bunny. Okay. So, Jaden, I want you to think about what is it you really want to know and boil your question down to what you really want to know. And if you need help figuring out what question you want to ask, you can kind of walk around the mulberry bush with me and tell me what's going on, and I can try to help sort down what would be the boiled down question. Okay. And I am going to need the man's first name too, whenever we get ready to do that. That's pretty cool that you can feel their energy pulling on you. That at least lets you know what you need to do. All right, Gracie, Gracie, Gracie. Message from Spirit. Gracie, were you here the other day whenever you might not have been. I had heard that I had read for before. I was doing another reading for her, And she was telling me, I didn't remember it, of course, you know me, but she was telling me that I had read for her about when her house was gonna sell, that she was trying to sell, and she told me that I got it down to within 1 day. My prediction was 1 day away of when it really sold. Yep, you have been MIA. You're quite welcome, Alicia. I was really happy to hear that. So Gracie, Gracie, Gracie. Right? I always love that good feedback because I never remember actually what comes up in the reading. So whenever you guys give me good feedback, it's all like new news to me. Like, oh, did I read about that for you? Oh, wow. Well, I'm really glad it came true. I'm really glad I was on. That's the kind of stuff you hear out of me because I'm just like, oh, I've had people come in and, oh, well, what did I tell you? But I still love to hear it. All right, so Gracie, we've got your cards on the table. Let's take a peek at them. You're starting off with the Judgment card in reverse. This just tells me that you have some kind of situation from your past that is coming up with an opportunity for you to move back into it with again. However, you're not doing that because you're feeling like you've got other things to focus on right now. And that is covered by the Queen of Cups. So I think what's going on here with this Judgment card is that you're kind of a little bit of a mother hen. You like to nurture other people and encourage and uplift other people. And I think that you're passing on going back to whatever this is from the past because you want to focus on nurturing and uplifting other people in the way that is most appropriate for you nowadays. All right. So, best advice or heads up around that. Definitely, I can see that. This would talk about that somebody, like, probably came to you and said, "Hey, I would love to buy some food from you," or whatever. They gave you an opportunity to go back into that somehow, and you're like, "No, no. I've got other things that I do now." Now, best advice or heads up around this. Uh, You've got the Knight of Clubs in reverse. This says really explore the other things that you explore. My Knight of Clubs, so first of all, knights take action. When my Knight of Clubs comes in right side up, he's kind of single-minded. He's very enthusiastic about something. He really wants to push forward with it, and it's a singular thing. Okay? Now he may lose interest later on, but when we see him like this, he's fine with going forward with it. Okay? Now, you got him like this, so he came up in reverse. This says basically go out there and have some adventures. So be looking at other options or other opportunities that you can do that are gonna be nurturing and uplifting to bring satisfaction to you to be that way. So, look for other adventures that allow you to feel satisfied by nurturing and uplifting to the people around you, even if it's not with food, even if it's with something else. Now, the Strength card tells me whenever you find whatever that is that you really enjoy that allows you to do that nurturing and uplifting, then take the time, practice, get good at it, get good at it, get good at it, get good at it, get good at it. Kind of like Dory, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. Okay. Now, what do we have here? The Two of Coins in reverse basically says once you get good at whatever this is, then you can drop some of this other stuff that you don't enjoy as much. Okay, that there's not that passion behind. So I'm not sure what you're doing. Spirit's saying basically explore a little bit, figure out what you want to do, and then narrow that lens and specialize on what you really want. Ah, so that's where the change is happening. Well, you do some videos on gardening plants or something. I think you should explore doing more videos too. That's just me. You would know. Daviani. So here's the deal. I'll do a message from Spirit that's very open. It's whatever Spirit wants to talk about. Or if you want guidance around your career or job, then I want you to ask me a specific question about it. Like if you want to know, should I be looking for another position in my career? Or what does my supervisor think about me in the position that I'm in right now? Something very specific. Put that in there and then we'll take a peek at that, okay? I never did see the actual question from Jaden. Jaden, if you're still in here, I need a specific question from you about this man, whatever it is that you're trying to, whatever you want to know about them. Said Devyani, do you have a specific question or do you just want a message from Spirit? Or do you want help figuring out what your specific question is? Will he reach out to me or is it a good idea for Jaden to reach out? Okay. What's his name, honey? I'm assuming that your real name is Jaden. What's his name? First name only. Boop-a-doo-doo. Boop-a-doo-doo. Thank you for the thumbs ups, guys. I appreciate that. Don't forget to share this video out with other people too in case they need readings as well. I am trying to grow this channel. Also, if you want to support me financially, I do have a Buy Me a Coffee link in the description box. You don't have to do that, but it's there if you would like to. You texted it now. I don't have a text from you, honey. Okay. Devyani. All right. Is it a good time for Devyani to begin looking for a current job? Is it a good time for Devyani to begin? Let's ask that better. Is it a good time for Devyani to begin looking for her next job or position in her career? Oh, there it is. I think there was just a delay, honey. I do see the name now. Is it a good time for her to be looking for? I would say it's not a good time right now to start looking for a new job. In fact, I'm going to advise not to. Here's why. First of all, you have the Lovers coming up. This is talking about a good partnership, a nice solid partnership that has good benefits to it. And so when I have the Lovers come up and we're asking about career stuff, this is an employer-employee type of relationship, or maybe if you have a contract with somebody, with a company or whatever, either way, it's nice and solid, especially when it comes up right side up, okay? Now, should you be looking for a job already for your next position? Queen of Swords in reverse talks about cutting off communication. This tells me that if you've been getting your resume ready to send out, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not time to do it. All right? And the idea that Spirit is saying, cut that communication out, this tells me that if you would send something like that out, probably word would get back to your employer now, and then they would not take you very seriously as an employee, and that would potentially cut you off from opportunities where you are. And I'm reading a lot into that card, but that's what I do. I'm a psychic. I read. Now Nine of Cups in reverse. There's not something out there that's going to be as satisfactory to you as where you are now. I don't know how satisfactory where you are now is because you're thinking about looking, but that's what that card's telling me. The Queen of Clubs is telling me why. It basically says that you're not going to find another job that gives you as much freedom to do things the way that you want to do them as what you have here and right now. And then this last card basically says that your cycle here is not complete. It's less than ideal for you to begin looking somewhere else. Yeah. I would say the way that Queen of Swords came up in reverse to Vianney, it just really gave me the impression that if you start putting out resumes right now, they no longer take you serious where you are. And if they're not taking you serious where that you are, like they're not expecting you to stick around, then they take you off of any kind of short list for any kind of promotion. That's the way I would be if I was an employer. It's not ideal. And it's not time yet. Okay, so Jaden. Excuse me. Jaden, where are you watching me from? Like what country? So Jaden wants to know if she should reach out. You're quite welcome. If she should reach out to Garrig or if Garrig will reach out to her. What would be better for her to make contact with Garrig or for her to wait for Garrig to make contact with her? For her to make contact off the top or for her to wait for him to make contact off the bottom? You're quite welcome. So this is interesting, Jaden. Spirit's fun. Charleston. Oh, okay. All right. I wondered with the name Garrig. So when it comes to you reaching out to him, I definitely would not. Nay, nay, no, no, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. That does not end well. All right. Mm-mm. No. Now, the way I worded the next question, was it a good idea for you to wait for him to reach out to you? Spirit also says, no, don't wait. Don't wait for him to reach out to you. That's not going to work. He's going to be quiet, 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 quiet. And then you're going to end up feeling left out. So don't wait for him to reach out to you. Now, here's where it gets interesting. I asked if you guys would be in contact within the next 6 months. And the answer comes up as yes, not right away. Not right away, but probably about 6 months from now. But that could be more of like running into each other or something like that. It's not advisable to reach out to him. It's also not advisable to wait for him to reach out to you. And it kind of makes me think maybe you're dealing with somebody who's a dismissive avoidant, because if the more you reach out to somebody who is like that, the more they retreat. If you wait for them to reach out to you, what happens on an energetic level is that they feel you waiting and they know you're still there, but they have a hard time overcoming their fear of moving forward in a relationship to actually reach out to you. It's only when they feel like you're really gone do they feel safe. So I think what's going on here is you're not for this person, like if something better comes along, you're gonna check it out, get to know that other person, whatever. And I think that's gonna be when you actually hear from this person, and then you'll have to decide, which way do I wanna go? And you get to decide. You have free will. But don't wait for him. Also, don't reach out for him. Those types of relationships are really tricky. If I'm right about him being dismissive, those types of relationships are super tricky. All right, let's see. I think that's everybody that asked for a reading. Boo-ba-da-doo. Did I do a Gracie reading? Yes. Rhoda, Alicia. You're quite welcome. That's what your friend did to you, and that's why you had to walk away. Is it how? Yes, and we've been doing these for years, haven't we? Because we've been talking, oh my gosh. How long have we been sending texts back and forth to each other and talking? Since at least 2019, maybe earlier. Yep. I think you're coexist in the same house. Yep. So, Alicia, yeah, so dismissive avoidance, whether they're friends or romantic interests or whatever, can be really tricky because um, they grow up in a situation where they learn not to expect other people to meet their emotional needs, that's actually like dangerous because their emotional needs are not met as children usually. Um, and so they grow up, basically self soothing or suppressing or using escapist type behavior to soothe themselves emotionally. And when somebody gets close to them, they really like that, like they really want to be close to somebody, but at the same time, it's terrifying. And so when you've got a dismissive avoidant, feelings for you can be really complicated. They can be basically feelings for you rather than like if you have a secure attachment style, somebody's feelings can be pretty straightforward. If you have a dismissive avoidant attachment style, what you're looking at is how much they care about you minus how afraid are they of being close in a relationship. And so if they care about you on a level of 1 to 10, if they care about you at a 10, but they're also afraid of that relationship at an 8, then you have a net care level of 2 that they can actually show you because the fear is blocking a whole lot of that care level. Hello there, Teresa. Thank you, Gracie, for that reminder. Yep. And, I mean, when you understand that about somebody, I think it makes it a little bit easier to deal with how they are, how they act. But at the same time, It's not easy, period. It's just not easy. So anyway, I think that's my time here for tonight. Sorry, Miss Teresa, you caught me just getting ready to walk out. Thank you guys for keeping me company, keeping this interesting. Of course, if you want to catch me again for another live reading and have a chance for me to answer, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and make sure your YouTube notifications are on your device, whatever device. If you guys are interested in ordering a private reading from me, you can find out about all the information about that and all the other services I offer on my website, which is amista.info, INFO. If you want to support this channel other than the free ways like the thumbs ups, the shares, the comments, all that good stuff, then I do have a Buy Me a Coffee link in the description box as well. And yeah, just thank you guys for all of your support and all of your love. I appreciate you all so much. Have a great rest of your week. Peace out.